Good evening, I'm Caroline and this is 10 Tiny Toes Yoga, and tonight we are going to do a prenatal evening flow. So we're just gonna get you all ready to be tucked in, stretching out all the way down your body, finding some ease and some peace, and hopefully giving you guys a great night's sleep. So put on some stretchy, comfy pants and meet me on the mat. Okay, so in order for us to get started tonight, we're gonna start in a reclined butterfly position. So what I have here is a bolster and 2 blocks. It's not a huge feat of engineering, but it elevates you just enough up so that you can get some release on that tailbone, but you're not lying flat on your back. So stacking up your block and your pillows, butterflying your feet, bringing the soles of them to touch. Bring that block right there by your tailbone and slowly roll on down. If this butterfly position is too aggressive on your legs, you can feel free to keep them bent up or you can extend them long. So just take a moment, play with those positions, see which one is going to feel good to you tonight. And relax back on your bolster, or this could be a couch cushion or any long lumbar pillow that you have. Close your eyes and let's start to take just some awareness to our breath and to our mind and to see where we are. So just breathing normally at first, see how you are. Are you inhaling all the way? Are you exhaling all the way? And are these shallow breaths through your mouth? Is your mind all over the place? Because right now I want you to allow your mind to have permission to just exist in the now. There's so many anxieties and fears that come with pregnancy. And right now I want you to let go of them. Just trust in the moment, trust in the process, and just exist in the here and now with your baby. So on that note, let's start to connect with our baby, putting our hands on our belly. Maybe you want to start rubbing your belly, just letting baby know that you're here, feeling for that head and that body. And now, Mama, I want you to think about your breath. So we're going to take some breaths in and out through our nose. This is Ujjayi Breath. It is a powerful breath, but we're not doing this for the power tonight. We're doing this just so you can hear your breath and you become really aware of it. So going with me on this, I want you to take a deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Let's do that again. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. One more breath. So it sounds almost like a little snore. You can continue to breathe, but I want you to hear that like snore. You're going in through the back of your throat. And you can even count that breath and exhale on that same breath count. But with each inhale, I want you to feel like you're breathing in all of this beautiful white light, this beautiful energy. You're bringing in purity and cleanliness into your body. And with each exhale, you're just getting rid of those anxieties, those doubts. Get rid of them. They're doing nothing for you. Take another deep breath in. Feel that good energy, that great clean air going down into your lungs, to your oxygenating your blood and just feeding your baby. Let's take one more deep breath in here. And exhale. And then we're going to slowly push ourselves up and come to a comfortable seated position. So pushing your hands off behind you, coming up slowly, opening up your eyes. You can remove your bolster. You can keep it close by in case you want to use it for your Shavasana later. Keep the blocks close. We'll be using those to help us open up our legs. But coming down into your mat, sitting up nice and tall, whatever leg position is comfortable for you. We're going to start rolling down that body, opening up everything up. So let's start first with some neck rolls. So let's drop our right ear over to our right shoulder. Let that left shoulder remain down and back. And as you exhale, drop your chin into your chest. Inhaling, coming over to the left. Let's do one more time to each side. Exhaling down through the middle, feeling the opening in the back of your neck. Inhaling over. And then one more time, finishing it out on the left. And dropping your chin down into your chest. Let's lift our chin up into neutral, and let's start with some shoulder shrugs. So pinch your shoulders together in front of you. Roll them up into your ears, and exhale, pull them down your back. One more time. Forward, up, and back. And now let's reverse it. Really exaggerating this movement. We store so much tension in our necks. And this is just a great way to bring some awareness to those muscles and to let them go. And now working down our back, let's get into our side body. So inhale, circle your arms around and up. Feel like you're creating space in your diaphragm. And as you exhale, bring your right hand over to the mat. Lean into this hand, pulling your body over, pushing down into this hand, pulling yourself back up. We don't want to engage our obliques. We're just trying to stretch. So let's come down to the other side. Left arm down, leaning over, and inhale, coming on back up. As you exhale, cactus your arms. So pulling your shoulders down, not pulling them into your ears, sinking them away from your ears. Opening your elbows. It's like you're trying to pinch a marker or a Sharpie behind your back, between your shoulder blades. Really opening up that chest. You can lift your chin. And then as you exhale, your arms come back up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull them around behind your back, interlacing your fingers, making that fist. And then pull that fist back. Rest your hands down on the floor if they meet. Lift your throat up. Take a nice deep breath and then exhale. Drop your chin into your chest. And now we're going to turn around on our mat and come into child's pose. So moving slowly, you're going to bring your knees very wide on your mat, wide to accommodate your baby, your belly, bringing your big toes to touch behind you. And exhale, push your hips back towards your heels, walking your hands forward, coming on down into a child's pose. So this is a birthing position. So this is one that you would really like to practice. You'll see we'll hit this in a couple different ways in our class tonight. But this brings openness to your pelvis and to your hips. It releases the muscles of your low back. So as you breathe, try to just let your belly drop between your legs. Baby's got lots of space down there. Inhale and exhale. Push yourself on up to your tabletop position. So walking your hands below your shoulders, maybe a little bit out in front. Stepping your knees back in towards the center of your mat. We're going to go into some cats and cows. So on an exhale, you're going to push that mat away. Hug baby up into your spine. Pushing up your back towards the sky. Opening up behind your shoulder blades. Looking down at your knees. Inhale. Roll up so that you're now in your cow position. You can wag your tail a little bit if that feels good. Just getting into those glutes. And let's roll through that 2 more times. So exhale, push the mat away, hug baby up into your spine. Inhale, lower your belly, flare your glutes up, lift your throat, relax your shoulders, slight bend in your arms. We're not locking them out. And then last one, exhale, roll it up. Inhale and open. Excellent. Now walk your hands one more handprint ahead. Get these blocks out of the way. And we're going to roll forward to a little modified cow. So you're going to lean into your arms a little bit, dropping your hips, stretching those hip flexors, that round ligament. And then as you exhale, push your hips back towards your heels. And I know you all want to stay here, but we're still moving. So 2 more times. 1, come on up on that inhale, leaning into your arms, dropping your hips a little bit. Exhale, pushing your hips back. Last time. Firing up, really pushing through your knees, squeezing your glutes, protecting your low back. And exhale, roll it on back. Perfect. All right, from here, slide your forearms a little bit further away on your mat. Step your knees a little bit closer together if they're very wide. We're going to come into puppy pose. So puppy pose is a beautiful chest opener to help to relieve and to give some more space in your diaphragm. But you need to have the alignment of your hips over your knees. So try to start there and then slowly walking your hands out. You're just going to bring your forehead, maybe your chin, down to the mat and feel this great stretch along your side bodies. Now we don't stay here long because baby is now traveling up towards your esophagus, it must feel like. But this is a great pose just for finding some tension release. Awesome. Okay, and slowly pushing yourself on back up. We're going to roll all the way back and come into a Malasana pose. So Malasana is a squat. Turning your toes under, coming to the back of your mat. I'll turn to face you guys. Now again, this is that birthing position. So this is another one you want to practice. It's shortening the space in your birth canal. So it's going to make it easier to push if you can get your knees up higher. So this is a great pose just for stretching out those inner thighs. So from right here, we're just going to hold this pose for a minute. Breathing into it. It's okay if your heels don't come down. There is no need for them to do that. It's just some people's bodies do and some don't. So just staying here for a second. And then we're going to go into a little surfer twist. It helps to ease any sciatic pain you might have, but it's also just a good mid-back opener. So taking your right hand, push your right hand out onto the mat in front of you. And inhale, lift that left arm up to the sky. Awesome. Exhale, coming on back down. Maybe your hands can meet in a little balanced prayer in the middle. If not, just keep them down low. And then let's go to the other side. So your left arm comes down. Inhale, lift that right arm up to the sky. Feel this twist in your mid back, your low back, pushing into your leg as well, opening up that inner thigh. And then exhale, coming back to middle. We're now going to slowly come on up to standing. So what I want you to do first is to place your hands on that mat in front of you, leaning into your hands. Slowly lift your tush up, lifting your glutes, and turn your toes forward so that your feet are in alignment. Bringing one hand at a time on up to your knees. We're going to hang out here for a breath. So we have a lot more fluid in our bodies when we're pregnant, and I don't want us to come up too quickly because then we run the risk of getting really dizzy and that blood pressure dropping. So hang out here for a minute, just let that blood redistribute. And we're going to go into a cat and cow here just to kind of open up our backs a little bit more. So keeping your hands down on your knees, you're going to inhale, squeeze your back behind you, pushing your chest forward. And then as you exhale, roll your back up to the sky. One more time. Inhale, coming through to that cow position. Exhale, back to your cat. And then slowly rolling on up and stepping out into a very wide pose. So we're bringing our feet, very wide. The outer parts of my feet are parallel to the edge of the mat. And I am going to just go into some sumo squats. So right away, we're gonna start just with our hands on our hips. And I want you to inhale, lift your chest, feel that little stretch, squeezing your elbows behind you. And then exhale, roll it back down. Turn your heels in so that it's a 45-degree angle here. Inhale your arms up to the sky, and exhale, come on down into a sumo squat. So we're opening up our legs. We want to get rid of any tension that we might have in them so that we can get a good night's sleep here. So just pulsing out a little bit. We're getting some energy going. Our heart rate might be coming up just a little bit. Keep on just pulsing here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Down into your sumo squat. Bring your hands down to your knees and let your body just kind of hang out here. So I've got straight arms. I'm really pushing into my knees to open up my hips even more. And now I'm going to go into a little side stretch. So once again, keeping my right hand on my right knee. Lift your left arm up and over and just go for a little side bend here. And then release, going to the other side. So my left arm is down on my left knee, inhaling my right arm over. Awesome. And then inhale and come up. Slowly straighten out your legs, turning your feet to the left edge of your mat. We're going to come into a triangle pose. So I've got 2 straight legs. My left leg is pointing straight out to the left end of my mat. My right heel is out at an angle, but my feet are flat on the mat. I want you to, from here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean forward. You're going to feel this amazing stretch on that inner thigh. And then when you can't lean anymore, just exhale and drop your hands down. I'm coming onto my mic pack. So if you have a block nearby, you can rest your hand on that block and just feel this stretch down your hips on that inner thigh. You can extend your arm up overhead if you'd like. It just gives you a little bit more space in that hip. But just staying here for one more breath. And then we're going to turn completely to the left side. So turning all the way to the left side, I'm going to shorten my stance just a little bit. My left knee is still bent. My right leg is straight. And we're coming into a warrior 1. So it's a short stance. Your hips are facing the back of the mat. They're parallel. And you're going to feel this great stretch on your right calf muscle. So inhaling your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms around, interlacing your hands, once again making that fist behind your back. Open up your chest, squeezing the heels of your palms together. And then exhale, forward fold. So we're coming into a little humble warrior. Baby is off to the inside of that left leg, so you're definitely in a little twist. Your shoulder is coming down towards that left knee. Take a deep breath in. Perfect. Inhale, come on up. Pick up your right heel, release your hands, inhale your arms up, and we're going to go for some cactus dips, stretching our right quadricep. So you're going to slowly dip that right knee down as you open your arms out to either side. You do not need to touch the mat. You can just come down a little bit or halfway. Inhale and push up. Exhale, feel that stretch. Inhale, one more time, up. Exhale, down. Come on back up to that crescent lunge. Bring your heels down so you're back facing the middle part of your mat. Slide your hands down your knees, and let's go into a shoulder stretch. So on an inhale, you're just going to lift up, pushing both hands into those knees. And as you exhale, dip to the right. Your left shoulder comes down. You're looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, come on up, and we're going to switch to the other side. So just exhaling, coming on down. Fantastic. Inhale, come on up, And now we're going to do triangle to the back of our mat. So turning your toes now to the right, 2 straight legs. My right toes are pointing out to the front of my mat. My left heel is at an angle. Your arms are out parallel. You're going to lean forward so that you feel this huge stretch on that inner thigh. And when you can't lean anymore, just drop your hands. So if you had a block, you can use a block. But on this side, I'll just show you, you can just rest your hand on your shin, no matter where. Don't rest it on your knee joint, just because that relaxin hormone makes all of our joints a little more flexible than they should be. So just come on down to your shin, or you can come on down to the floor, whichever works. You can extend your left arm overhead if you want more of a stretch in that back. It's a very big stretch, so it might be too aggressive if you've had a really long day and you're tired. So staying right here, feel this stretch. Try to lower your body down just a little bit more, parallel to the floor. Perfect. And then inhale, come on up, and now twist to the right side of your mat. I'm stepping in just a little bit, shortening my stance for warrior one. Inhaling, both arms up. My left leg is straight, my right knee is bent. Exhale, bring those hands behind your back. And if you want to, you can play with it and put your opposite thumb on top. And then you're going to squeeze those arms back behind you, interlacing those fingers, bringing the heels of your palms together. And as you exhale, hinge it forward, coming on down. Baby comes to the inside of our right thigh. And just feel this humble warrior stretch. It's all in the glute and the hamstring of your right leg, stretching out the calf muscle of your left. Push those shoulders away from your ears, down your back. And then inhale, coming on back up. Release your hands, pick up your left heel. So now you're completely facing the right side of your mat. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale that knee dip down. So your knee is going to dip down, left knee down towards the mat, elbow are wide. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms are wide. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, come on up. Perfect. And now open back up to the wide part of your mat again. So once again, we're going to do those sumo squat. So heels are in, toes are out, hands come to your heart center. Exhale, slide down, kind of like you're coming down an elevator. Your hips are sinking directly down below, knees are wide. Inhale, squeeze it back up. 2 more times. Exhale, coming on down. Perfect. Inhale, come on up. 1 last time. Exhale, come on down and hold for 5. Take a deep breath in. 4, slow on that exhale. 3, 1 more deep inhale in. 2, 1. Good job. Come on up to standing. Heel toe your feet together. And we're going to come down onto our knees. So we're going to come into a hero's pose just to stretch out the bottoms of our feet a little bit. I said that we were going to stretch everything out head to toe, so we can't forget those toes. So on our way down, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Our toes are tucked under. Your heels are underneath your hips, your glutes. And we're just closing our mind, closing our eyes, focusing our breath, calming our heart rate down, and just centering again into our mat, into our practice. Excellent. All right, so sliding your hands forward on the mat, coming back into that tabletop position, we're going to go into a pigeon pose. So from right here, I want you to take your right knee and to slide it right behind your right wrist, and to take your right toes across to your left wrist. If you want to, if you've got sore knees, take a block with you, but we're going to shoot that left leg back out behind you. So you're going to feel this amazing stretch on your hip and on your thigh. if this is supposed to be a tight pose, this is a very amazing stretch, and we store so much tension in our hips, so this can feel very tight. If it is painful on your knee, take this block and put it under your glutes so that you take all of the pressure off of your kneecap. So whatever works for you. I'm going to take this out for me. Looking back behind you, making sure that your left leg is directly behind you, not shooting out to the side. You can lean back just a little bit, feeling the hip ligament stretch on your left side. And then as you exhale, slowly walk your hands out, making sure you've got space for baby on the inside and going to wherever your comfort level is. If it's here, fantastic. If you want to stack your fists, you can rest your forehead on the back of your fists. If you still have more space, you can walk your hands all the way out. It's going to always depend just on your own flexibility, on where the baby is today or how far along you are. So just be kind to your body. And then let's come on out of that. So slowly walk your hands back up. If you have a block underneath your glute, remove that block. Come down onto your hip and then help your left leg around and up. So I'll turn to face. You're gonna have your left leg out, your right leg in. Make sure your left toes are pointed up. That means we're engaging the whole top part of our leg. All of those muscles are engaged. You can inhale and circle your arms up. And as you exhale, we're gonna lean over to the left. So your left hand can come down and just lean your right arm over as much as is comfortable and make some circles with that left foot. So just bringing some openness to those ligaments. Awesome. And then inhale and come up. And we're going to switch right on over to the other side. So take that left foot in, extend your right leg long. Your right toes are flexed up towards the sky. And we're going to lean now over to the right. So inhale that left arm around and up. Slide your right arm down your right leg and just come into a little side stretch here as much as is comfortable for you. Trying to keep both sit bones again still rooted down firmly onto that mat. Excellent. And then inhale and come up. And from here, we're going to go into pigeon on the other side. So from where you are, you're just going to plant your hands on the mat in front of you and take your right leg and swing it behind you. So I'm going to turn and join you guys. Coming up onto my left knee, taking my right leg, pushing it back again. If you want to use that block underneath your left glute, you can do that. And then coming on down, making sure that leg is coming out directly behind you. Walking back as much as is comfortable to feel that stretch on those right thigh ligaments. Excellent. And then slowly lowering down to your comfort level, wherever that may be. And just allowing your body to sink into it. Allow that openness to happen in your hips. It will help to release any pressure you also might have in your low back. If you have the ability to rest your head down onto the mat or even onto blocks or a bolster, anything just to take that pressure out of your neck, it will help you just to find a little bit more benefit into the pose. Excellent. All right, so let's slowly come on out of that. And we're going to come into a supine twist. Again, I love little twists. They're very good for detoxing your body. But you have to be careful when you're pregnant that you don't just come down onto your back and do a twist. So we're always going to start on our side. And I will turn to face you for the first one. We're going to come down onto, I want you guys to come down onto your right side. So you can choose. Come down onto your right side first. And coming all the way down, you're going to have your knees out in front of you, and you're stacking all of your joints. Stack your heels, your knees, your hips. Bring your head down onto the mat, extending those arms out in front of you. And now baby is off to the side. So this is a good position to be in. And on an inhale, I want you to lift your left arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, let that arm just fall behind you. So you're going to feel this little twist in your mid-body, through your core, and just go to where your comfort level is. Again, always go just to there. But allow your body to slowly just open up. Feel this great stretch through your chest, through your armpits. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly on this last one, roll over, bringing that left hand back down, closing it out. And then we're going to roll onto our back briefly, coming into a happy baby pose. So from here on our backs, I know we're flat down. We're not going to be here long. We're going to revisit that birthing position one more time. So pick up your left knee. Pick up your right. If you can, lift your feet up, and then you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers, or you can just grab your shins and your ankles and pull those knees down into your chest wide on either side of baby. And again, this is that birthing position. So you want to become also familiar with this position, because if you deliver in a hospital or they have to give you an epidural, you're going to probably be on your back at the hospital. They like to keep you there. But this is just to get you more comfortable with that position. All right, now let's finish out our twist, rolling over to the other side. So coming on down onto your left side, you're going to extend your arms out in front of you. I didn't switch, but you did, okay? You want to be even. So inhale, lift now your right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, drop that right arm behind you. So once again, just close your eyes. Breathe into this twist. This is a beautiful twist. It's so good. Imagine that just your spine is this great long washcloth and you're just wringing it out, breathing into it. Just your whole lymphatic system lines your spinal column. So when you do those twists, you're just breathing in and detoxifying your body. Awesome. All right, now inhale your right arm back up. Exhale, close that right arm back down. And now we're going to go into Shavasana. So you're on your left side. And I want you to also just be comfortable here if you want to go into your Shavasana here. So you can take a block and put it under your head. You can take a block or a pillow or a bolster and put it between your knees. I know our hips start to hurt a whole lot. Or if you want, you can go right back to what we started our whole practice in tonight, in that reclined butterfly position with the bolster on the two blocks. But either way, I want you to find your Shavasana, find your peaceful position tonight. Close your eyes, and as long as you can, stay here with your calm breath, with your stretched body, and just spend some moments with your baby, thinking about them, connecting with them. They hear your thoughts. They feel the way you treat and what you think about your body. So be kind. Be so kind. Be compassionate to yourself first. You have to fill up your own cup so that you can fill up others. You have to fill up your own cup so that you can pour into others. I'll get that quote right one of these days. I'm like horrible at quotes. Okay. So please allow yourself to remain here as long as your schedule will permit. Please revisit this practice as often as you need, just to help you wind down at the end of the night. If you like these videos, please subscribe or drop a comment below and let me know what you thought or how you feel. I love hearing any feedback that you guys might have. But thank you for spending your practice with me tonight. Going forth, let there be peace and love in your thoughts, peace and love in your words, and peace and love in your heart. From my heart to yours, and that one beating fiercely inside your chest. Namaste.